Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Bite Size Book Buzz. Today, I am joined by some favorites, Golda Rademacher from Norton and Amanda Roundtree from Macmillan. All right, Golda, it's all you. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. So like Annie said, I am Golda from Norton, and today I'm going to tell you about a history title that uncovers suppressed and forgotten histories of women of color. Midnight in Cairo by Raphael Cormack is a vibrant portrait of the talented and entrepreneurial women who defined an era in Cairo. One of the world's most multicultural cities, 20th century Cairo was a magnet for the ambitious and talented. During the 1920s and 30s, a vibrant music, theater, film, and cabaret scene flourished, defining what it meant to be a modern Egyptian. This book tells a true history of Egyptian women, not only making successful careers as entertainers in what was then the most cosmopolitan city in the Arab world, but also taking control of those careers as businesswomen, as self-promoters and leaders of their own troops or running their own nightclubs, and in one case, starting a newspaper that is still one of the most important in Egypt. Buffeted by crosswinds of colonialism and nationalism, conservatism and liberalism, patriarchy and feminism, religious and secular values, this new generation of celebrities offered a new vision for women in Egypt and throughout the Middle East. Raphael Cormack has a PhD in Egyptian theater from the University of Edinburgh and is currently a visiting researcher at Columbia University. He's an award-winning editor and translator and has written on Arabic culture for the London Review of Books and several other outlets. And now I'll stop sharing and send it over to Amanda.
Yes, thank you, Golda. Today, I am very excited to be here. Like Annie said, I'm Amanda Roundtree with Macmillan Publishers, and I'm going to tell you about Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. We all love a smart feminist retelling of a classic story like Madeline Miller's Circe, and that is exactly what Jennifer Saint's debut novel, Ariadne, is. It's a retelling of the Greek myth of Theseus and the Minotaur, told from the perspective of Ariadne and her sister Phaedra. Ariadne sees in Theseus a way to escape her life when she decides to help him kill the Minotaur, but will that decision bring happiness? And what of Phaedra, the sister she leaves behind? Jennifer Saint raises questions about free will, sisterhood, misogyny, starring a fierce female lead and including cameos from many other famous Greek mythology characters. This will be great for fans of the Song of Achilles, obviously Circe, but also the Book of Longings and the Book of V. And that is it for me. Thank you.
I will definitely need to be reading that one. Madeline Miller, big fan. Today, I am going to talk to you all about Silence is a Sense by Layla AlAmmar. A young woman sits in her apartment in an unnamed English city, absorbed in watching the small dramas of her assorted neighbors through her window. Traumatized into muteness after a long, devastating trip from war-torn Syria to the UK, she believes that she wants to sink deeper into isolation. At the same time, she begins writing for a magazine under the pseudonym The Voiceless, trying to explain the refugee experience without sensationalizing it, or revealing anything about herself. Gradually, as the boundaries of her world expand and as an anti-Muslim hate crime shatters the local mosque, she has to make a choice. Will she remain a voiceless observer, or will she become an active participant in her own life and in her community that, despite her best efforts, is quickly becoming her own? This is Kuwaiti-American author Layla AlAmmar's U.S. debut, and she incorporates her expertise in Arab women's literature and PTSD into the story of this refugee's personal journey to investigate both how her protagonist Rania suffers, but is also able to heal. That is it for this episode of Bite Size Book Buzz. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you next week.